Alright, so what I want to show you in this video is how we can use Desmos to make predictions. So you can see on the left hand side I have a table of data in Desmos. I've entered the equation so I can see the line, the linear regression that represents the data on my graph. And you can see that this is about the number of hours worked, because it says hours worked down on the x-axis, and then it says pay in dollars on the y-axis. Okay, so this is a graph about how much money you're going to get paid when you're working a certain number of hours. And so what we need to be able to do is we need to be able to answer a couple of questions to make a prediction about how much money we can make if we work a certain number of hours, or the other direction, how many hours we worked if we got paid a certain amount of money. So in the first question it says, how much money will I make if I work 30 hours? So what we need to do is we need to go find 30 on the x-axis. So down where it says hours worked, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my graph and I'm going to slide it over. Oh, I can't see 30 because I have 20 and 40. So maybe if I zoom in a little bit, there we have a 30 show up. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way all the way up to my line, and I'm going to zoom in at that point where it's 30. Okay, and then I'm just going to tap on the line with my finger or my stylus. And so when I tap on the line, you'll see that X and Y values show up. And if I slide up and down that line, I can see the X and the Y values change. Well, what I want to do, since hours worked is X, or the number that's on the left-hand side, I want to make that 30. So I'm going to go up until it becomes 30. So we're getting closer. Oops. And sometimes it's really hard to get right on, but there we go. We got right on. And so, whoops, right, where is it? We were there. There it is, 30. So if I work 30 hours, I'm going to get paid $471.25 because I have to round that. Okay, so if I work 30 hours, $470.25. Okay, and so we would write it just like that, because X is the number of hours worked and Y is the amount we're going to get paid. Okay, so similarly, if we have a question like, if I get paid $100, how many hours did I work? Now we're going to create a point, actually, and I'll do this first here, where we're going to put the $100 in for Y, because the amount we get paid is the Y value. And what we need to do is, instead of looking down on the x-axis for the number 100, we need to look on the y-axis for the number 100. And so I'm going to just move my graph, and I'm going to keep it in the screen until I get down to 100. And you can see there's 100. And I'm going to go ahead and tap on the line, and I'm going to just move that little point until it says 100 in the y value. Okay, and sometimes it's really hard to get it exactly right. And the thing is, if you can get it close. Now, if I can't get it close enough, what I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit more, and I'm going to try again. And so I'm going to go ahead and move up until I get to 100. And I might, the more you zoom in, the more likely you are to get to the number you want. And sometimes it's really hard. So to me, 99.998 is close enough to 100. So I'm going to look at that and say, hey, in order for me to make $100, whoops, I have to work for 7.64 hours. Okay, so I'm going to put 7.64 in my point. Okay, so this is how we can use Desmos after we've done a linear regression to make predictions. And so that's what you're going to have to do today in the assignment for today.